Shout out to the wife for letting me sit down for a few minutes and make this video because these pro days were pretty good. What is up, Fin fans? Yes, today there was a few pro days, and there's a few pro days the past couple days that we're going to talk about. There's 4 players in specific, maybe even 5, maybe even 6 that we're going to talk about. But before we jump into that, I have to shout out some new members: Tom G, Charles Legitto, and Ray Finfinkel 2. That's a good one. That's a good one. Thank you guys so much for joining the Patreon. Also, don't forget to check out patchvibes.com. They got fantastic stuff over there, from pins to t-shirts to, of course, patches. That's where they got their name from. Use the promo code DDW. You get yourself a 20% off. Now let's jump into this. First and foremost, check out this picture that the Miami Dolphins posted on their Twitter, and I'm assuming on their website, of Emmanuel Ogbah, Will Fuller, Tua, and Xavier Howard working out, getting ripped, getting ready for the season. There is no off season. If you want to get better and you want to, get your craft down to a science, I don't even know what I'm saying, you do what these guys are doing and you work out. I'm very excited to see how this team plays, especially Will Fuller. He ain't taking it easy. We're not going to have him for week 1, but after that, he's coming out to show it. So we had a bunch of pro days today. I think we had 4 pro days today: Kentucky, Florida, LSU, and Notre Dame, if I'm correct. You will correct me if I'm wrong. But we had 4 pro days today, and there's some guys that we need to talk about. First and foremost, I woke up to this because I don't wake up till about noon. Again, late night with babies puts you to sleep longer. And Jamar Chase. Yes, he's a wide receiver out of LSU. He's only about 6 foot, so he's not the tallest wide receiver. But the man ran a 4.38 40. He had a 41-inch vert and an 11-foot broad jump. After I talk about these pro days, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a tidbit, a little idea behind the scenes into noggin of what I think is going to happen at 6. But Jamar Chase kind of really not solidified himself, but made a good option for 6 from Miami. Running that 4.38, having the vert and the broad jump. Yes, he is only 6 foot, but that's talent that you can't ignore. And also, you can tell by this picture, Chris Greer and Gotsey were there. They were talking to him. He ran right by him at one point. So the Dolphins are showing a little bit of interest in Jamar Chase. And then, of course, I made a video talking about Kyle Pitts' pro day. That wasn't his pro day. Even you guys in the comment section were like, Doug, that wasn't his pro day. And then I'm like, well, why did they do all these measurables? Why confuse a man? Today was Florida's pro day. And Kyle Pitts, tight end, Florida, 6'5". I'm 6'5", 245. I weigh a little bit more than him, but it's not muscle. It's fat. I'm a chubster. He ran a 4.44. A 4.44. He is just a little bit slower than Jamar Chase. And that says something. Jamar Chase running a 4.38, and Kyle Pitts, a 6'5", 245-pound tight end, ran a 4.44 with a 10.9 broad jump and a 33.5 vert. The man also has an 83-inch arm span that is the biggest in the NFL since 20 years ago. For the last 20 years, he has and will have the biggest arm span in the NFL. DK Metcalf sitting back there like, come on, man. Fun fact on this one, too. Flores, I'll pop up the tweet. Flores spoke with him. And Flores said he's going to call him later this week. Is that an option at 6? I'll talk about it. Also, kind of went under the radar a little bit, right? Because Jamar Chase did really good and Kyle Pitts did really good. So you're like, look at these shining stars. What is one of the top 6 needs that I said the Dolphins have going into the draft? Linebacker. University of Kentucky had their pro day, and Jamar Davis, linebacker, 6'3", 234 pounds, had a pretty good day today. Had a 42-inch vert. 42-inch vert. That is a bigger vert than Jamar Chase and Kyle Pitts. He had 11-inch broad, again, 11 foot, not inch, broad, which is bigger than Kyle Pitts, same as Jamar Chase, and he ran a 4.41. His second time was a 4.37. Write that name. I already wrote it down, but I'm going to circle it as a linebacker option for the Dolphins to draft, because if his 40 time is faster and on par with the other two guys, especially Kyle Pitts, God forbid we have to go up against him because the Dolphins, he went to Atlanta or something. Seems like this linebacker can keep up with Kyle Pitts, and he has a higher vert and a longer broad jump than him. But those numbers coming from Jamar Davis, linebacker from University of Kentucky, really made me go, remember that name. Also, Alabama had their second pro day. It wasn't today, but they also had their second. What was it today? Again, you take care of a baby, you're taking your notes, you come make a video, and a lot of things just fly out of your head. Devonte Davis ran routes for Mac Jones. He didn't do anything. He didn't run a 40. He didn't do his verts. He didn't do a broad. He didn't do nothing. But he helped out Mac Jones by running some routes for him, and it did help Mac Jones with his pro day. His first pro day wasn't great. This one was better, but he still had a bunch of overthrows. It seems like his deep ball accuracy needs a little bit of work. That's something that doesn't mean he's going to suck, but it's just something that he needs some work on. And then also, Justin Fields, quarterback from Ohio, ran a 4.40. This is some pretty good numbers. Now, tomorrow is going to be my quarterback breakdown video of the top 5 prospects in the NFL draft at quarterback. Then, like I said, after it is running back, wide receiver, tight ends, tackles, guards and centers is going to be the same. Defensive ends, defensive tackles, linebackers, corners, safeties. That's the order. If you want to write that down, when is Doug doing this one? That's the order. Kind of if you look at a depth chart, that's how I'm going. So tomorrow is quarterbacks, and I will talk more about Mac Jones and Justin Fields in tomorrow's video, because I go a little bit in depth on their positives, their negatives, and where I personally have them ranked. You might have them ranked differently, but where I personally have them ranked. But sitting here at 6 now, Miami, I'm telling you, the trade that Chris Greer pulled off, a lot of people, not a lot, but a good amount of people were upset. He wanted him to stay at 3, and then he thinks that some people think, we shouldn't have gave up that first. We could have had 2 firsts next year and 2 firsts the year after. Why get back into 6? Why not stay at 12? There's a lot of up and downs when I'm reading from comments and Twitter and Facebook and all that stuff. He did fantastic, right? If we all want to predict, right, try our best to predict. The first 3 picks are probably going to be quarterback. I still don't think that the Jets are 100% going quarterback. I wouldn't be surprised if they went Sewell. Wouldn't shock me. But let's just be obvious, because the draft is never obvious. Let's say the first 3 picks are quarterback, right? However you want to put it. Then you have the Falcons. Some people think the Falcons are going quarterback, but I think with Matt Ryan's contract, I think they could wait another year or 2 to get that quarterback. But you also could say, hey, they might want a quarterback to sit on the bench to learn from Matt Ryan. But some people are thinking Kyle Pitts, especially Kyle Pitts, saying that the Falcons have talked to him multiple times. Then you have the Bengals. Bengals might go Jamar Chase. Then the Dolphins sitting there at 6, right? Say that's how it happens, right? And I know a lot of you guys are going to be upset. I know Falcons aren't taking Kyle Pitts. We're going to take Kyle Pitts. Prepare yourself, my dudes. This is what I try to do. Because if it does happen, you're not infuriated. You're like, all right, we have these options. So say that does happen. Dolphins have a ton of options at 6. A ton of options at 6. Waddle, Davis. You can get Sewell. Parsons, whoever you want at 6. Say it goes the other way. Say that the Falcons do go quarterback. I honestly don't think they're going to go quarterback, but say they do go quarterback. Say Sewell goes to the Bengals. Then the Dolphins have their option of the top 3 wide receivers of Kyle Pitts. They could do whatever they want at 6. So sitting there at 6 is it's a thing of beauty. And after these pro days, Dolphins are just sitting there like, we can do whatever we want. And then say. I'll give you another scenario. And again, all of these scenarios are for you to digest them and expect them, because if they do happen, you're not as pissed, right? Say Sewell goes 2 to the Jets. Say Kyle Pitts goes 4 to the Falcons. Say Jamar Chase goes 5 to the Bengals. That means only 2 quarterbacks were taken off the board. That means there's still 2 good quarterbacks on the board. Dolphins are sitting there at 6. All of a sudden, bring. This Carolina Panthers, we'd like to move up and grab us a quarterback. We're in desperate need of one. We don't have that much faith in Teddy Bridgewater or anyone else we brought in. Dolphins are like, all right, give us your first next year. And whatever else you can imagine. Give us a first, a second, whatever you want. We'll drop back to 8. So they take their quarterback. 7 takes whoever the hell they want. At 8, we take Waddle. And we're still Gucci because we have 2 firsts next year, 2 firsts. See what I'm saying? The Dolphins are just in such a situation right now that they can do whatever they want. And it's an absolute thing of beauty. But be sure to comment below. What do you think of these pro days? What do you think of the scenarios? I said, again, this is draft month, so I'm going to be talking a lot about what the Dolphins could do at 6 and at 18. Heck, the Dolphins could even move up from 18 if they want to grab another top talent, Comment below. This essentially was a comment of the day because a lot of you guys are sending me all these comments about these players. So be sure to comment below. Be sure to check out Miami Sports Music. Fantastic site with a ton of podcasts you could see as I pop it up. Like I said, tomorrow is the quarterbacks video. So go into it understanding this is my opinion. You might have a different opinion. You might have these quarterbacks ranked differently. I'm going to go 5 to 1, but you guys can probably already guess what 1 is. I'm going to talk about their pros, their cons, where I think they can do. Then we're going with a running back, like I said, wide receiver, tight end, offensive line, defensive line, linebackers, secondary. That's the order of the videos, and then hopefully I get them all in a timely manner that when I'm done with the safeties, draft. So, other than that, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow, unless some news breaks. Then I'll see you later. But I'll see you guys tomorrow with the breakdowns of the quarterbacks. Top 5 prospects. But like usual, guys, stay classy. Vince out.